Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm working on a track right now and I was thinking of recording some atmospherics, some ambiences to go along. I generally use this plugin called Novum for these kind of tasks. I've been using it quite a lot lately. It's quite versatile. Let's first choose a sample since this is a granular sampler. So we'll have to drop in an audio file right here. So I've got this audio file that I quite like. It's something like a Foley sample. It is a Foley sample. In fact, it's going to analyze it and is going to throw out 6 different layers from this very sample. So these layers are different timbres extracted from this bit of audio. You can toggle these layers on and off like so from here. And the basic parameters are pretty much the same that you'd find on any other granular engine, like the grain size, the density of the grains, etc., etc. So this is what the sample sounds like originally. Let me just bring down the volume a tad bit. So that's the sample. It's like a froggy kind of a thing. And I'm going to essentially play around with these parameters and let's see what we get. The first thing that I notice is the sample is quite sparse, like it has these short bursts of sound. So I'm going to have it play at a faster speed than it already is. So this here says into 1, so it's at its normal speed, normal tempo. So I'm going to just make it go faster, so 8 times the normal speed. So we get this. So see how it's scrolling much faster through the sample now, back and forth. And the direction we can choose whether we want it to go back and forth or not with this thing here. One shot, it'll just play through the sample once, where it then stops. Cycle is it'll play again and again, but in the same direction. Ping pong is it goes one way, then comes back the other way around, like that. So let's have it go ping pong and let's play around with the grain size and the grain density now. See, it's spitting out grains so much faster now that it's completely sustained. So we have a nice flowing sound, which doesn't, isn't choppy anymore. Now, reducing the grain size will also increase the pitch. Because the grains are getting smaller and smaller and closer to each other. And now let's just go to this tab here, which has other parameters such as the pitch and the filters and stuff. And this fader here which says synthify turns the sound into, it just adds certain harmonics and makes it sound as if it's coming out of a synthesizer almost. Let's see what that sounds like. Alright, I'll just leave it here because it adds a certain richness to the sound. And next, I want to add some movement to it. So we need a modulator for that. You add your modulators in the right hand side of the window. Go here and select your modulators. You have a huge choice. Let's go with LFO in this case. And we can tweak the parameters a bit. So a slow rate, and it's a sine, it's bipolar. You can turn bipolar off here. And it's on retrigger. So let's modulate the pitch. To modulate a parameter, you click on the fader, the control or the parameter, and then on the circle here, you just scroll the distance, how much you want the modulation, how strong you want the modulation to be. So now it should be modulating. Yeah, I'll just bring down the transpose -12. Alright, next I'd like to add a comb filter. So this is the comb filter dry and wet. So how the comb filter works is the note that you press, you feed it a note, right? So whatever note you feed it is going to apply the comb filter at the same frequency. So it's basically key tracked in a way. So you can either go -1 octave or 2 octaves. So I'll go with 2 octaves below the key that I've pressed. And I would like to modulate the comb filters dry and wet here with a triangle shape, a very slow rate, slower than the previous LFO. And I can just draw in a shape here with a tiny amount of jitter, like that. All right, let's smoothen this out a bit. Yeah. So now this shape on the LFO is going to be applied on the comb filters dry and wet. And we modulate it like so. We click on the fader and just drag the wheel up or down if you want it to go the other way. I'll add a little bit of jitter where each grain is sent out, like, the grains are triggered from different positions on the sample. So it should also give us a bit of stereo information. All right, I'd like to add some OTT because you can get away with a bit of OTT with on any sound. All right, that's good. Now let's just see what it sounds like in context with the kick and bass. So yeah, that's one of the ways you could use this plugin. It's pretty neat. We still haven't checked out these different layers. I can definitely get into it at a later stage. Let me know if you want me to break it down further for you, make some more sounds out of this plugin, get some more inspiration. Cheers, guys. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.